Hi guys, and welcome back to Cute Life Hacks. I'm Joanna, and in this video we're going to make the most luxurious lip balm on YouTube. Gold might sound like a strange ingredient, but it actually has many beneficial effects when used in beauty products. It prevents the loss of collagen, which helps to keep your skin firm and elastic. Gold also has antibacterial, antioxidant, and anti-inflammatory properties. To get started, you'll need a paintbrush, 2 tweezers with pointy tips, an empty lip balm container, 24-karat edible gold leaf, white PVA glue, coconut oil, a lipstick or pink eyeshadow pigment, beeswax, and a large spoon. As always, I've included the shopping links to all of these things below. First of all, please make sure that your gold leaf is pure enough to be used in food or cosmetics. Edible gold leaf is made out of pure 24-karat gold, which is completely safe for the human body. Cheaper types of gold leaves, such as those sold for crafting, may have other metals mixed inside, so you don't want to use that for this DIY. Pure gold leaf is obviously not a budget art supply, but I was really surprised to find out that it wasn't as expensive as I had imagined. I ordered these 20 small pieces over Amazon and they cost €14 or about $16. This is pure gold pressed into an incredibly thin sheet. It's very fragile, so you have to be extremely careful when handling it. I accidentally touched a corner, and as you can see here, it just instantly got stuck to my skin. The best method is to completely avoid touching it with your fingers and use a paintbrush or tweezers to handle the pieces. For the first part of this DIY, I'll show you how to create a beautiful giraffe skin design on the lid of your container. Hold your tweezers in both hands and get used to working with these. You're not allowed to touch the gold leaf directly because it just gets hopelessly stuck to your skin. Using the tweezers, break the gold leaf up into small flakes. Try to create slightly triangular shapes because these are easiest to arrange into a pattern later on. Now keep on going until you have lots of flakes in different sizes. These are incredibly fragile, so you have to make sure there's absolutely no air movement around you or they'll just get blown away. This includes people walking around the room, a draft, or even your own breathing. Now squeeze some white PVA glue into a container and use your finger to add a few drops of water. You want to dilute the glue very slightly so it has the same consistency as melted ice cream. Then take your clear lip balm container and apply a thin layer of glue using your paintbrush. You actually only need to paint over a small area, not the whole lid like I did here. However, the glue dries completely transparent, so it doesn't make a huge difference. Next, use your toothpick and tweezers to place the gold flakes onto the lid. Try to leave a small gap between each one and arrange the shapes so they fit together nicely. As mentioned earlier, this part is easier if you have lots of triangular flakes in different sizes, so you can choose exactly the one you need. By the way, if you're curious about how we made the thumbnail photo, it was using exactly the same method. The gold flakes were simply applied onto bright lipsticks using tweezers and toothpicks. If you have a larger gap between pieces, then you can apply a tiny dot of glue using a toothpick and fill this up with a tiny piece of gold. Now continue the pattern by applying some glue and working in small sections. This part does require some concentration, but I found it strangely relaxing. It's very satisfying to watch how the lid fills up perfectly with pieces of gold. However, if you feel this is too much work for you, then please feel free to skip it. You can simply paint over the top with glue and cover everything with gold, or make a much simpler design like a heart. Once this was done, I decided to seal the top using clear nail polish. However, even though you can't really see it on camera, this actually made the gold leaf less shiny and slightly darker. So I'm not entirely sure whether this step is necessary. I think that if you plan on carrying this lip balm around in a bag, then it's worth sealing the top. However, if you're just going to use it at home or keep it on your dresser, then it's best to skip the varnish. Now let's move on to making the actual lip balm. Since it's summer in Austria, my coconut oil turned liquid at room temperature. I placed it in the fridge for an hour because we need to work with the solid version for this DIY. First, spread out a piece of tissue to catch any drips. Then fill 1/3 of a large tablespoon with coconut oil. Fill the second third up with beeswax or plain white candle wax. And lastly, add a small piece of lipstick. You can also use food coloring, crushed pink eyeshadow, or blusher for this. Light a candle and hold the spoon over it. Now gently stir it around until everything melts together, which should take about 2 to 5 minutes. Some of the oil might spill over, but that's not a big problem. Just try to keep as much of it inside the spoon as you can. My candle actually ended up going out because so much liquid fell on it. If this happens to you, then take your empty lip balm pot and use that to prop up the spoon. This keeps it level so you don't lose any of the liquid while your hands are still free to relight the candle. Of course, you can also melt your ingredients in the microwave or over a stove, but I prefer this method because it produces exactly enough lip balm for one pot. When the mixture is fully melted, carefully pour it into your container. Now keep a close eye on your lip balm and wait for a few minutes. It should start to solidify, and you want to add your gold leaf when the balm is just soft enough to hold everything in place. Simply place a piece onto the balm and mix it inside with a toothpick. It'll break up naturally and turn into small flakes of gold. My balm hardened a bit too far, so the top didn't look great when I was finished with it. If this happens to you, then just heat up a small spoon over a candle and use it to smooth out the top. And now your gorgeous 24-karat gold lip balm is done. This feels so luxurious and would also make a really unique gift. Since I use quite a lot of lipstick, this balm is tinted pink as well. The small gold flakes actually get absorbed in your skin, which is exactly what you want for their beautifying effects. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!